You know the clever way to fix a MacBook that has a folder icon that has flash storage that you can't remove that's soldered to the motherboard. Essentially, flash storage means it's an SSD that's soldered onto the motherboard, so it's non-removable storage. However, it operates faster. It's essentially an NVMe, but soldered to the board. Microsoldered, that is, and it's a highly complex, process to microsolder or unmicrosolder and then solder back. Anyways, if you can't remove the storage, which removing the storage is easier because you can just remove it, put it into a different computer, reload it, and then put it back on if you don't have, the tools. But here's the thing: if you got a folder icon, say it's a 2012 MacBook Pro 15-inch, those can't get internet recovery anymore. So, say you got flash storage, you can't remove the storage, and you don't have another Mac computer. You know what you do? You get it, and you have a Windows computer. Here's the thing. Here's what you do. You boot into internet recovery, and then you go in the terminal, right? And then you get your USB drive. You download the Catalina app from a third-party source, and then you throw that on the flash drive. Then you get a secondary flash drive, plug it into the computer and into the MacBook, and you format that as Mac OS Extended Journaled. But before you transfer the Catalina app on the Mac OS install Catalina app onto the flash drive, you format that as exFAT, because exFAT is when you format it on a MacBook, it's transferable between the MacBook and the Windows computer. So it's actually a universal format between Mac and PC. So you format the first flash drive exFAT. The second flash drive is Macintosh Mac OS Extended Journaled, and then you transfer the Catalina app onto the flash drive, onto the exFAT, and then you plug the other one into you plug both into the MacBook, and then you bring up Terminal, because you're able to access Terminal and internet recovery. And then what you do is you run a command. You can look up the command on Apple's website, and then you use the Catalina app to flash it onto the macOS Extended Journaled flash drive. Now you have a flash drive that you can install macOS on. So you reboot and boot into the Catalina install USB that you just made, and you're able to reload. And then what you can do from there, if you want to get fancy, is you can force upgrade it. Use OpenCore, and then download Sequoia. Sequoia works the best with the MacBook Pro's 15-inch 2012 Retinas. So yeah, that's how you non-traditionally fix a MacBook that is bricked if you don't have a secondary MacBook to make a USB on. You're welcome.